welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel, Rose Between Pages. Rosie here. Welcome to a Warhammer 40k reading vlog. I am starting my first Warhammer 40k series, and this is The Dawn of Fire. This is the first novel, which is Avenging by Guy Haley. And the reason why I've got my reading glasses on my head is because the text at the back is very, very small. But luckily, inside, I can actually read it. So, that's brilliant that I can read that. That's what I was very worried about. Oh gosh, the puppies are waking up, so I'll be feeding them very soon. So, I'm gonna be using my new jigsaw bookmark, which I love. So let's read the back, shall we? This is the era Indomitus. The great darkness has befallen the galaxy and the armies of chaos are rampant. To survive, humanity must retaliate and take back what they have lost. By the will of the reborn Primarch, Robert Gilliman, is the Indomitus Crusade launched. A military undertaking that eclipses all others in known history. From the frown world of terror does the Avenging hurl his fleets. Their mission, the very salvation of mankind. As vessels in their thousands burn through the cold void, the attention of Fleet Mistress Van Lescus turned to the Makota Sound. A region under attack by a dreaded slaughter host of the dark gods. The success of the Indomitus Crusade will be determined by this conflict and the desperate mission of strike group St. Aster, led by Space Marine Lieutenant Messinius. Even then, it is but a prelude to the forthcoming bloodshed, for in the 41st millennium there is only war. I'm scared because that sounds like a space sci-fi, and Josh has already told me that this is like a sci-fi, so I'm stepping way out of my comfort zone with this, and Josh chose this for me to read, so, you know, my next read, my niece is actually going to be choosing, so we'll see what she chooses after I've finished this. So, last time you saw me, I was just starting Avenging. I'm now like 42 pages through. Basically, we've been introduced to Captain Messinius and also Hyax. I can't really say much about Captain Messinius because the first chapter was about him, and it was about a memory of the Siege of Terror, which apparently plays a big part in this, I think. But I can't really say much about him because all I can see in that memory was he's a very commanding person and he's a leader of some sort, so that's all I know about him. But Hyax, I don't like. I do not like Hyax. And basically Hyax, he's like mostly mechanical, so he's mostly robot. And he's full of himself to the point where he's just like, aha, I'm better than you because I'm fucking mostly robot and you're not. It's just like, dude, fuck off. Him and his crew have just gone onto this ship to see if there's any life forms, and it's like they're vegetables. I'm not gonna lie, the humans that are on the ship are literally like vegetables. because they can't move or anything, but they can breathe. They're breathing, so they're alive, some of them, but you know. Another thing is yesterday I didn't really vlog much because I actually went out. So I had a couple of errands to do yesterday. I ran up to the post office to return an item to Amazon for Josh, and I decided to go to the library because I thought I'll have enough to print off my assignment for maths, but I didn't, so that's a bummer. But I did have a bit of a library haul. As you know, I've already got Dread Nation. I've had that for like nearly a month or two now, maybe 2 months, maybe even nearly 3 months, I don't know. I'm losing track of time of how long I've had that. But I did get 4 other books. So we had The Tea Ladies of St. Jude's Hospital. This spoke to me because obviously I love tea. I absolutely love tea. So this, apparently it's a funny and warm-hearted a tonic for our times. So I needed something light-hearted, so I thought this would be good to get at the minute. Then this one speaks to me as for now because, I mean, yesterday was very, very hard because we had to tell mine and Josh's nieces that the doctors cannot help their mum and their mum is just not coming home, unfortunately. So I got a book called Things We Don't Tell the People We Love by Huma Qureshi. I think this is actually a memoir of some sort, but I'm not entirely sure because it like even the blurb, it sounds like what we're going through right now. Then I got a large print by accident, but it's better for my eyes to have it like this, so yeah, very, very big. This is called The Garden of Lost and Found by Harriet Evans. I did read the blurb to Josh yesterday on the phone while I was coming back from the library, and it sounds like The Secret Garden, so I'm excited for this. And then I surprised myself because I thought this was another book that's called this. This is The Deep by Alma Katsu. I thought this was a Nick Trooper book, but it's not. But it's Titanic as a horror, like it's Titanic as a horror. So I really like Titanic, and I'm looking forward to reading this at some point. These will all be in a vlog, maybe in my, if it depends if I read The Deep. If I read The Deep, then that's got to be my 100 subscribers vlog that I'm still working on. Because I've read 2 books for that so far, and I want to read 3. So that would be the last book if I end up choosing that to read. So yeah, I'm excited to get to all these books. I did go into Tesco to see what books they had. They had like some books that I was interested in. However, it was £5.50 for one book. I wasn't gonna pay a £5 for a book. The only time I'll ever do that, or more than a £5, is if I'm in Waterstones. That's the only time I'll ever do that. I'll go and continue reading. While I'm having my morning, well, not morning, but first cup of tea of the day, and then I'm probably gonna study my maths because I'm a little bit behind with my maths. studying it lately due to the current situation. So I'm like 3 units behind on my maths, and I'm on the current unit that I'm supposed to be in my computing. I need to try and stay ahead of that, but I haven't studied today because, as you can see, I have my hot water bottle here. I've not been feeling the best at all today. Basically, I've been having an on and off stomachache all fucking day, and whenever I walked, it feels like my entire stomach's just going like that, along with the things that are inside my stomach. So it's not been good at all. Like, I've just been feeling sick every time I've got up and walked and sat up and everything. Like, it's not been good for me today. I've barely eaten as well. I had scrambled eggs earlier because Josh wanted me to eat something, so he made me scrambled eggs to try and settle my stomach, but that's obviously not worked. And then he's currently making barbecue chicken and pasta for us both. I've only just started to focus on reading now, and it's like 10:30 at night. So I'm on page 53, and we've just been introduced to the Emperor's son, Gilliman. And I've been talking to Josh during reading this as well, like asking him, are all Warhammer 40k novels about space marines? Like, are they all about mechanical people? He said no. I said, is there like different species that we get introduced to in different Warhammer 40k novels? He said yeah. So it's just interesting finding out about Warhammer 40k in general, because I mean, my partner Josh, he's a massive fan and a massive nerd of Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, so he's big on this. He's big on all of this sort of stuff. So obviously I'm reading this and asking questions as I go along as well, because obviously, like I say, Josh knows a lot more about this universe than I do. And a character that Josh has read the novel of, Belisarius Call, he keeps being mentioned as like this really big personality sort of person. Like, he's a big mechanical dude. So I asked him if I have to read Belisarius Call and then this. He said no, so I'm happy about that. So I'm not missing anything really, which is nice. And my niece has chosen my next book, which is called Something Wicked, so maybe that might be in my 100 subscriber reading book. We'll see if it's a horror or if it's dark enough for it. sorry it's been a little bit since I did a talking update. Obviously things have been happening with Josh's sister and it's just not been good lately. So, you know, yeah, not been good. But I've been trying to get some reading done as of late. I'm on chapter 15, 189 of Avenging, and there's a lot of point of views. Manor agrees. There's a lot of point of views, but I'm just trying to get used to them. Josh has told me that it's basically setting you up for the next few books is the main one, like is the first book, so I can kind of see that. And I am enjoying it, it's just a little bit confusing with all the people, but got a good plot so far, and I see how they're all connected in some sort of way. All these people. Plans are, I think I'm going to try and study tonight again. I haven't studied lately because like my brain hasn't been okay enough to study, so I'm going to try and study today a little bit, I think, and then gonna eat spag bol with Josh. Think we might watch Insidious 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Probably, because we watched Insidious 1 and Josh is intrigued of Insidious 2 and so am I.
It's one of the few horror movies that's actually hooked me.
Yep. And gonna try and get some more reading done of this. Try and get at least to page 200. So we'll see how this goes, really.